Casey won't quit on him. The tough left-hander tries to get him down and away. Plucks one into left field, and he's 1 for 3.
Sean Casey red hot, and he digs for second. He's content with a one-out double.
That will be a fair ball. Casey to left.
How about that?
Casey, 3 hits, 12 at bats. Lifetime against Randy Johnson, which is very good, actually. That's through. Base hit.
Hit pretty good to left. Does it have enough? Going back. It's going to be gone. Number 21 for Casey. Here's a present for the Sean Casey fan club.
All right. How in the world did the mayor, Sean Casey, pull this off? Look at his numbers against 3 Hall of Fame pitchers. He hit .364 against Greg Maddux, .345 against Tom Glavine, and the nastiest, most uncomfortable left-handed pitcher to face if you're a left-handed hitter. He was 5 for 15 with a double against Randy Johnson. Sean Casey's with me. And so
I don't know how.
It's amazing. You know what? He does. He does. It's the mayor's mental approach.
I like
hitting.
that.
And Sean gave me 4 bullet points that he worked on throughout his career where he hit over 300 for his big league career. And he's going to walk us through them. So if you're a father or mom, your kid plays baseball, really pay attention right now because this is great stuff. Walk me through how this makes sense. Process over results when you're thinking about facing Randy Johnson the next day.
You know what? This is one thing I learned when I first got to the big leagues. I remember facing Maddux, facing Randy Johnson, and going 0 for 4 against those guys in a hurry because I thought, man, oh, that's Greg Maddux, and he's one of the greatest pitchers ever, and I collect his baseball cards. Randy Johnson, man, he's one of the greatest lefties ever, and I collect his cards. And I remember thinking, being a little overwhelmed with who I was facing. And then I had a moment where I thought to myself, no more. If I'm going to stick around with the big leagues and I'm going to do well, I have to find a way to hit those guys. I got to find a way to mentally simplify. And so the one thing I started to do was when I faced a guy like Randy Johnson or Greg Maddux, or some of the greatest pitchers in the game. Listen, they're the greatest pitchers in the game for a reason. But I had to play tricks with myself. You have sometimes to play mental games with yourself. What I did was, as soon as those guys let the ball go, I said to myself, I'm now not facing Randy Johnson. I'm now not facing Greg Maddux. I'm facing that baseball, right? And when that baseball comes in, whether it's coming in at 92-mile-an-hour slider, whether it's coming in at 100 miles an hour, whether it's coming in with Greg Maddux that's throwing it at your hip until 55 feet and coming into the inside corner, whatever it is, I'm not facing them. I have to be able to control what I can control, right? The process, not the results. The process was, my process was, and a lot of guys would say their process was close. My process was, first off, I got to get a deep breath. Because I got to turn my vision on, right? I got to be able to relax against these guys to see the baseball. I got to look for something middle away, right, that I can get up, hunt the fastball, drive something maybe to left center gap, and react in. So look middle away, react in. Knowing that pitcher right there has got to throw 3 balls over this plate, right? He's trying to get me out. He's got to throw 3 balls over this plate. So if I can control what I can control, right, if you eventually got to come into my area. So
it's your plate.
So it really doesn't matter who you are out there. For all the kids out there, it doesn't matter if you're facing somebody nasty or whatever. It doesn't matter. If it comes in at 100, it comes in at 100. It still has to cross the plate.
Yes.
Right? And I couldn't stand when somebody would dominate, someone would strike out their first at bat, they'd come back into the dugout and say, man, this guy's nasty today. And I always thought to myself, man, we're making excuses for having a bad day. I tell my kids all the time, don't buy into the fact that these guys, that the guy on the mound is nasty, because if you do, you're making an excuse for you to go 0 for 4. And no, stick with your game plan. Stick with the process. What makes you great? Hunt the fastball. Look middle away. React in, right? You got to be able to
Same process against Randy Johnson, against Ken Hill, against Bob Tewksbury, against any guy
Jimmy
that
Haynes, against anybody. If you throw the ball over the plate, if I'm really good at my process and I'm able to slow myself down, get visual, see the ball late, make good decisions. When it's spinning, do I see it up, right? That the process, not the results. And here's the other thing. Here's the other thing. One more thing about process, not results. If you have that mentality and you can control what you can control, guess what? It doesn't matter if it's nobody on, nobody out in the first inning of the second game of the year, or if you're in the World Series, bases loaded, 2 outs in the 9th, and you have to get a hit. that nothing matters but what your process is at the plate.
I always think to myself, these modern players, these kids that come up to the big leagues are so young, none of them think like you because you're so unique in terms of how you approach the mental side of hitting. Until Bill Ripken reminded me that there is a rookie that does think like you. And I heard this bit from an interview from Austin Riley, phenom for the Atlanta Braves. Listen to this, and Sean will tag it after we watch.
Yeah, no, he has like a running joke every time he texts me, especially during spring training or whatever. He's like, "Who'd you face today?" I'm like, "I really don't know." I kind of take it as they still got to throw it over the plate. It's still the same game, and I feel like if you kind of look in, because the guys up here are nasty, and if you kind of overthink that, then it starts to play in your own head. And if I can just simplify things, then it's just the comfort and the confidence will be there more.
I love it. What's the key word there? Simplify, right? This game's hard enough as it is, right? You think about it. I think it's 0.4 seconds you have when you're facing a guy out there that throws 94, 95 miles an hour, right? So when I'm in the box, I have to determine, okay, is it a fastball? Is it a curveball? Is it a slider, split finger, changeup?
Yeah.
Is it up? Is it down? Is it in? Is it out? Is it sinking? Is it cutting? Am I swinging? Am I not swinging, right? You blink in 0.4. Right? You believe that's how amazing the human brain is. So if I'm in the batter's box and before the game I've been working on, oh man, let me see get my hands going, let me get that leg kick, let's get the foot down, get some timing, right? If I bring that into the game, guess what? You're in trouble. You're in big time trouble. That's why I talk about when you focus on the process and not your results.
Yes.
What am I doing, right? I'm simplifying things.
He's simplifying, but he's not watching video of his opponent. He doesn't want to know who he's facing next day. Right. So for all the kids that want to watch video, this guy struck me out 3 times. I got to watch that. You're saying to only watch good video? Why?
You know what? I had a great coach who was one of the best visual coach in the game, Bill Harrison, just passed away last week, was a huge part of my career. And he used to say that you have to be able to really slow the game down, see the ball, let the ball travel, and just be ready to hammer something. Let your eyes tell you what's going on. Don't get so caught up in who you're facing and all that stuff. Just see the ball, slow yourself down, turn on your vision.
So that would be that to me. That's why you would only watch video of yourself getting doubles and home runs. And
well, that's what he was saying was watch the positive video. He would always tell me, and back in the day, we were watching DVDs on the flight. So Bill would say, man, go get the video that has your best at bats and just put it on a loop. And so we'd go after a series. I'd get on the flight. I'd put in the DVD on my computer or whatever, and I would just watch rocket, 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 awesome. rocket, 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 rocket.
With the confidence.
Right. Instead of going to break down, oh, what am I doing wrong on this one swing when I'm facing somebody that's, got some good stuff.
There are two other topics we need to get to quickly.
Yes.
What does this mean? Here for a reason.
Yeah. When you get to the big leagues, man, especially a guy like Austin Riley and these young kids, right? Sometimes the coaches, they're veteran guys. They want to grab you and say, hey, listen, you got to do this, you got to do that to stay at this level. No, man. If you've made it to the big leagues and you've done well in the minor leagues, you're here for a reason.
Did you ever have something like that?
I have had something like that. When I first got drafted by the Cleveland Indians, I went over there. I just hit 461, right? Just led the nation in hitting. That's why I got
in college.
And I got drafted because I was a good hitter. One of the hitting coaches said to me, hey, man, you're not using your legs enough. Third day I'm there in pro ball, I used to stand up 6'3", 6'4", right? Next thing you know, he's like, got to get in your legs more. So I get in my legs. I'm down here. I'm like, this guy must know what he's talking about. I was a professional hitting coach. Next thing you know, I'm hitting like a 140. Joel Skinner comes up to me, who played over 10 years in the big leagues. He's my manager. He says, hey, what'd you hit in Richmond? I said, 461. He said, what round were you? I said, second round. Why'd they draft you? Because I could hit. He's like, tonight, I want you to just go back and hit the way you hit. Stand back up and hit. I did. I ended up winning the batting title that year. The reason I say that is because I just went back to being who I was.
You're here for a reason.
If you can hit, you can hit.
And finally, keep it simple. There are a lot of things that race through a player's mind. Was there something you did on the on-deck circle that helped center you?
I did. You know what was great? Harvey Dorfman, who's the Mental Game of Baseball, Mental Keys to Hitting. Kids, if you don't have the books, go get them. Mental Game of Baseball, Mental Keys to Hitting by Harvey Dorfman and Carl Keel. Harvey used to tell me, when you get on the on-deck circle, write in your back, write on a note card 3 things that you want to do to keep things simple. And I did. I found out, I always say to myself, see the ball, Be easy and hammer it. And I looked at that I would keep it in my back pocket. I would come out the on-deck circle. Boom, I'd put the weight on just like this. I'd get ready. I'd pull the card out, see the ball, be easy, hammer it. I'd put it back in my back pocket. I'd get ready to go, bam. And then I'd walk up, you know, we'll hide the umpires, whatever, how to the catcher, stuff like that. Get ready, deep breath, get myself go. And then I would think to myself, then I'd get the leg kick going. I don't know why I did that, but that was just something like special. But then I would think to myself, ball, see the ball. See the ball, ball. And yes, I'm swinging. There's no like see it and see. No. Yes, ball. See the ball, hammer it. And then I would get to that process, middle away, react in, all that stuff, right? It's just I try to simplify it as easy as I could. It's the hardest thing to do in sports.
What's be easy mean? What's be easy?
Be easy. Listen, the biggest thing about being easy is that breath, man. That breath reset everything. Just a big, deep breath. Be easy, because I felt like if I'm easy and I'm slow, guess what? I'm turning my vision on. If I turn my vision on, guess what? I'm more explosive with my body.
You're more athletic.
If I'm tension, if I have tension and anxiety, I was always taught tension's poison. Tension's poison. You got to get it out of your body. That breath gets you back to being relaxed, seeing the ball, see the ball, be easy, hammer it. Like Todd Helton used to say, one of the best hitters I've ever seen, he had a calm aggression. Right? You're calm in your body and aggressive in your mind. So I'm sitting here right here. You don't know what I'm thinking. I'm thinking I'm going to hammer this pitch. See the ball, hammer it. Be easy. But the be easy is here. See the ball, hammer it. You're like, oh, look, he's about to fall asleep. No, I'm about to hammer something. I mean, you have no idea, because I'm so relaxed and I'm ready to roll.
Now, here's the last thing of this, the whole piece, full circle. Nothing drives me crazier than watching guys take fastballs.
Right.
Strike three. He's walking back to the dugout. Oh, what are they doing? I was always taught, look for a fastball and adjust. Rod Carew used to always talk about a fastball is designed to stay in the zone. The other balls are not. So why are you not looking for the ball designed to stay in the zone?
I love it.
And adjust to everything else.
And anything else that's slower. If I'm
sitting on a fastball,
always hit off the fastball. George Brett told me that too, one of the greatest hits ever. Hunt the fastball. Anything that shows up spinning and it's up, hammer it. Anything down is theirs. One other thing. Bellinger. Why is Bellinger doing so well this year? I think one thing he's looked at, he's starting to take this pitch more and take the curveball in the dirt. So he's eliminating, right? This is yours. If you can do this 3 times, I'm out of here, right? I'm taking that. That's yours.
I'm not going to try to hit that.
I'm not trying to hit this or this. Guess what? I'm making you come back out over the plate for something I can handle.
We've been fortunate to be around some of the great hitters, players of all time, Hall of Fame, stuff like that. And one of the things Willie Mays always talked about is, why are you trying to hit his nastiest pitch?
Right.
Why are you doing that? Because I was looking for a slider. You can't hit it anyway. Why are you trying to hit his nastiest
that nasty
pitch?
slider, you're not hitting it.